Guys, today we have the Delightful and the Year Ahead, the Destiny 2 State of the Game article for 2023. As always, if you're going to enjoy the video, remember to leave a like and consider subscribing. I'm not going to have that interesting of gameplay to show off during this video, so I'm just going to be playing trailers on loop as you listen to me talk about what was shown off in this article. There'll obviously be a link down below if you want to read this for yourself, but let's just get into it. First up, they have 4 main goals for this year. That is expand players' imaginations, bring challenge back to Destiny, enrich our content, and connect our guardians. First off, expanding players' imaginations starts off with Season of Defiance, the first seasonal launch in 2023. First thing that they go on to talk about with this season is the removal of umbral engrams and umbral energies. So after you've unlocked seasonal focusing, if you want to focus an engram into a particular seasonal weapon or armor, all you'll need is Glimmer and a seasonal engram. Additionally, seasonal engrams will be stored and tracked on seasonal vendors, so managing the engram bucket in your character's inventory will be much easier than it is today. This is a really good change and I'm really happy about it. Next thing that they go on to talk about is seasonal currencies. We won't be asking you to hold large stacks of seasonal currencies to unlock a chest at the end of every seasonal activity. Instead, we'll be dropping singular keys throughout your playtime that allows you to extract better rewards from chests at the end of seasonal activities. This will create a simpler relationship where you know that if you have even one key, you're getting even better rewards. This stops you having to hoard onto a load of different currencies in your inventory, which is really, really good. Also, in Season of Defiance, they are making changes to the vendor upgrade system. Players can expect fewer total vendor upgrades, with each individual upgrade being more potent and some upgrades even offering a variance on the way you interact with the seasonal activity. In Season of Defiance, we're also taking a big stab at the way we name our various progression systems and currencies, so that it just makes more sense. So the main goal, in short, is to spend more time playing and less time trying to understand what they are supposed to do. This is great. After Season of Defiance, we have Season of the Deep. They don't show us anything here about Season of the Deep, apart from that it will not feature a vendor upgrade paradigm like we've seen with all 4 seasons of this year. This is huge. They're trying something new with Season of the Deep, something new and interesting that I hope will go well. Next, they go on to talk about weapon crafting and all the changes coming to it with Lightfall. They first go on to wanting to go back to the time where getting a random rolled weapon was more exciting. They don't like the idea of you just being able to craft every single weapon. So with Lightfall, fewer weapons will be able to be crafted, but to allow these non-crafted weapons to stand toe-to-toe with crafted weapons in Lightfall, starting with Raid Adepts this year, will have the ability to be enhanced. Enhancing allows your dropped weapons to start leveling up, use mementos, and gain access to both enhanced perks and enhanced intrinsic properties, but only the enhanced versions of these perks and masterworks that are already on the version of the weapon you are enhancing. Simply said, with some time and resources, enhancing allows you to take a random rolled weapon you've obtained and enhance its existing roll to match the full power of a crafted weapon. They're targeting this out initially with Lightfall Raid Adepts at the launch of Season of the Deep. Long term, they want to expand this functionality to most of our non-crafted weapon drops, but there are also some technical hurdles that they need to get through first. This is huge, as most players who were playing before weapon crafting was a thing can say that it was way more fun to find a random rolled god roll weapon in the world. It was way more exciting and just a lot more fun, really. Next, they talk about bringing challenge back to Destiny. They start off with talking about tuning abilities and how they are nerfing the cooldowns of basically most abilities and also reducing how effective resilience is. The next thing they go on to talk about is something that they added in this season, in Season of the Seraph, where you aren't able to overlevel the power of a certain activity. They seem to be keeping this idea throughout the seasonal content, as well as adding it to the Vanguard Ops playlist. This is a huge change and one that is also really wanted. They're also adding it to just Neomuna's patrol space, which is very, very cool. So Neomuna will be a more dangerous patrol space, which is very interesting indeed. The next thing they talk about is enriching the content in Destiny 2. They go over a load of PvP changes. Mainly, they're adding brand new modes like Checkmate Control, and they are bringing back the Countdown game mode that was removed. Also with PvP changes, we are getting the Meltdown map returning in Season of the Deep, alongside a Vex Network map coming in Season 22, with Citadel arriving in the final season before Lightfall. Citadel was an okay map, Meltdown I quite liked, and a Vex network map is very cool because I really like the Vex network. Next thing they go on to talk about is Exotic Mission Rotator. This has me extremely excited. So if you liked missions like Presage, Vox Obscura, Operation Seraph Shields, all of those are going to be returning to the game and put into this Exotic Mission Rotator. Similar to how we have raid rotators and dungeon rotators, it will be a way for us to interact with that old content that we loved so much once again, which is great. Next thing they're going to talk about is refreshing strikes. They go on to say that they're going to be refreshing the Lake of Shadows and the Arms Dealer strikes. Both activities have had their objectives and encounters reimagined and upgraded to match the combat engagement levels of some of our more recent strike entries, such as Lightblade and Proving Grounds. In addition, they are also taking strikes that have not been updated recently, such as Exodus Crash and Inverted Spire, and dramatically reducing their presence in Vanguard Ops playlist, while eliminating them from Nightfall rotations. These strikes will be available for direct launch, but until they get brought up to the engagement parity with some of our more recent strike content, they will not show up as frequently as other ritual gameplay. This is fine, as those two strikes were quite simple, and if we can get more strikes that are more engaging, I'm all good for that. Aside from strikes, they're also talking about battlegrounds here. They are introducing the season 16 and 19 battlegrounds into the Vanguard Ops playlist, as well as adding battlegrounds into the Nightfall rotations. For Season of Defiance, we are looking at the Mars Heist battleground being a part of the Nightfall rotation. This is very interesting, and it'll be fun to see how people attempt a solo battleground under Nightfall difficulty. Looking into the future though, with more changes, they are looking to push both more rewards to ritual content and more options to engage with ritual content. This will include changes such as moving the initial source of obtaining exotic armor away from lost sectors and back into the core rituals, no longer asking players to earn 3 of the ritual pursuit ornaments in seasonal challenges, and allowing players to earn more rewards and complete more of their weekly challenges by playing content of their choice. This is huge. Not having to do lost sectors or exotics is great. Nobody likes doing lost sectors for exotics, so that's a huge change. Getting more rewards is great, and being able to complete challenges by doing the content of our choice, also a great change. Finally, they go on to talk about connecting our guardians, going on to talk about features like commendations, how there will be exclusive commendations for certain game modes. So Pace Setter and Saint's Favorite are going to be exclusive to Trials. Perceptive and Knowledgeable are going to be exclusive to Raid and Dungeon content. Finally, they're going to talk about Fireteam Finder, which they did want to have come out during Season 22 alongside the next reprised raid, but they now say that it will be coming out during the final season of the year. The reprised raid will still be coming out in Season 22, but the LFG system will be launching alongside the brand new dungeon of the final season. That is pretty much everything of importance. There will obviously be a link to this article down in the description if you want to read it for yourself. I hope that I broke down pretty much all of the important stuff. But yeah, that's it for me in this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.